Right, so today we are going to be changing rear control arms on Focus XR5 ST. This is a genuine Ford arm. This is where the sway bar link or anti-roll bar link goes in. As you can see, it's flogged. You can actually just see the cracks coming along here and coming here. Normally what happens is the cracks start and then the rest of the steel just starts to open up because it's not got the support, and this will produce a terrible rattle. And if it is rattling, you don't want it to get to this point, because the next step from this is this arm cracking in half. So it's a genuine Ford arm. It's just one of those things. It's not from corrosion. It's just a bit weak. One thing I will add though is I've only seen this on vehicles with uprated sway bars. So if you're fitting like a white line uprated sway bar, it's probably well worth you looking to check and see how this is going. What we've done is we've bought an aftermarket arm. We've reinforced it here, and while we were there, we've polybushed it. So it's a straight fit and forget job. Obviously the sway bar link just fits through there, mounts up exactly the same, it's just a hell of a lot stronger. Sway bar's mounted, the sway bar links go through the control arms. First thing we're going to do, remove the two nuts on the sway bar links, and that'll enable us to pull the sway bar all the way down and clearing out the way. Now these two bolts actually have a cam on them. You can just make out the washer here, and on the bolt head there's a cam. This is for your factory toe alignment. You're going to need to get an alignment after you replace the arms, but to save you driving all wonky, you want to get it as close as possible. So you just want to take a paint pen, mark yourself a nice line. And we're just going to use that as our reference mark when we fit the new arms in. But like I said before, you will need a wheel alignment, so make sure you get one after this. So if you're doing this on a hoist, use a transmission jack. If you're doing it at home, use a trolley jack. You want to support this arm, because once this bolt comes out, the spring's got some pressure on it. So you just want to position the jack underneath it. Just enough to support it. Crack this bolt. Then you can fully remove it. Once you've done that, you can start to lower it down. But sometimes it just gets stuck. So you just want to tweak it down with a lever bar, like that. And you can slowly release it. Pull it all the way down. Take the spring out with the rubber mount. Now you want to crack off this nut, which is an 18, and the bolt head's a 19. Make sure when you crack it off that you're not standing right at it, because this arm is going to swing down. Like that. Fully remove the nut. Once you've got it fully out, take off the cam washer and then pull the bolt all the way out. Off your new arm up. Now remember, we marked this there. You can see there's a little cutout here. There's actually a big groove. Oh, don't mind the grease. There's a big groove through that. So you want to fit that in there. And just want to roughly position it where it is. We're going to nip the nut up, but we're not going to fully tighten it yet. So we've just nipped it, so we can still move it around quite easily, okay? Take the bump stop off the original arm, just grab it, give it a wiggle. So it pulls straight off. To aid putting the bump stop back on, spray it with a bit of silicone spray. Now with the spring, obviously because it's a coil spring, there's a position where that then sits. This mount has a little cutaway for it, and there's a little cutaway in this. So you want to line that all up. Get the arm to roughly the right position, and then support it with your transmission jack again. Now, as you're pumping up, the whole arm's going to try and pump up. You want to just pull back down on it. Now, once you're close enough, you can just pop a screwdriver in there, helps you line it up. Now, this arm sits at an angle, so we're going to put the bolt through a bit and then move it. Now, as you can see, the arm is straight, but this isn't. So if you just try and wind that in, it's not actually going to make any purchase on that nut. So you want to lower it down, because the bolt's going to stop falling all the way out. And we're just going to move the jack to one side of it, so we can basically lift it up and make this twist to enable the bolt to go in. With a torch, you can then eyeball it and you'll be able to see. So the rest of the arm is going to come up, and then this will follow. You've got to be careful that doesn't slide off. We're nearly there. Sometimes, if you just got to tap this a little bit in, just give it a gentle tap with a hammer, watching that the transmission jack doesn't slip off. And when you think you're close enough, just try tapping that bolt through. Don't give it a massive smack, because if it's not lined up, you'll bruise the threads. And I can see that's now going through into the nut. Always start the thread by hand, don't just gun it, in case it's not quite lined up. You don't want to cross thread it. Doing it by hand, just doing like that, you will feel it straight away. And that's threading in, no problems. Now just nip it, we're not going fully tight yet. Release the pressure. So now remember that we had our mark here. We just want to line it up. We're roughly the same spot, and you can tighten this up. Fully tighten the 15, and then fit the other side. One thing you need to do on the driver's side though, this bolt is going to get caught on here. So we need to disconnect this, which, I'll try and show it to you. It's got a little green tang, you push it in and it'll pop off. This one has two bits each side, and this bit here is clipped in, so we're just going to remove the clips at the top, or it's a bolt, sorry, remove the two bolts, and then that will clip out the way. These bolts are just two T30s. Once you've done that, you can basically unclip it, and just move it out of the way. torque these, torque these, torque these, take it for a wheel alignment.